Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So we have new updates out of the redistricting war. We saw the Texas map officially signed into law by Greg Abbott, and then we understand that Gavin Newsom is trying to do this whole like, oh, look at me, I'm gonna stand up to the Republicans, so make me the 2028 nominee by putting an initiative on the ballot for this fall in California for them to get rid of their so-called independent, it's not independent, redistricting commission. And Texas went out there, tried to right a wrong that was done by both the census and states like Illinois, New York. You know, they had a fair map that the court made them draw because the first map was so bad in 2022, and then 2024 they drew out a few Republicans there because, you know, that's what they do. So Texas decided, okay, this time we're going to do it. Ohio wanted to do it. California now wants to do it. And now a bunch of other red states are saying, okay, well, if California is going to do this ridiculous power grab, then we're going to go all in. And Ohio already was going to redistrict. It's a state that Democrats don't have really good geography in, and Republicans there weren't able to get the map they wanted last time, which, again, they had to settle for something due to some weak rhinos on the court. And now it does seem as if they're going to be able to go out there and draw a possible 12-3, if not a 13-2 map. They want 13-2 now. If you look at this, you can see the fact that you would have only 2 Democrat districts. You have a vote sink in Cleveland, a vote sink in Columbus, and Cincinnati's kind of divvied up where you have an R+5 district there. Now, that district might hold for the Democrats in a very blue environment, but regardless, the way you strategically divide Cincinnati, you're going to have one R+5 seat. You could just draw a vote sink and then make like the other seats even redder, where you're not going to have to settle for these R+10, R+12 seats. But still, the fact is they're playing for keeps, and what this could do is single-handedly counter California's map, where California, they want to draw out 4 Republican districts, and then they want to shore up some lean Democrat districts into the Democrat column. Ohio would be enough to do that, and Missouri itself, because Missouri and Indiana, they both seem like they want to do it. But if you look at Missouri and what they're doing here, the governor now has put out this map that would make sure that Republicans would be able to divide the Kansas City area, where they're going to be able to get another seat. And they can't really mess with St. Louis due to the whole Voting Rights Act, which possibly the antiquated provisions surrounding redistricting could very well be repealed. And if that happens by the Supreme Court later this fall, where they're going to have arguments, things could get really ugly for Democrats in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi. I mean, all these states are just going to go all in, because why not? Because they're playing for keeps. The Republican Party is starting to understand power. This is it. I mean, people will talk about the principle or whatever, when in reality, the only principle I want is to win and deliver. All right, that's what we got to do, because that's what the left does. The left doesn't care. The left claims Republicans are the ones that are currently gerrymandering the country, when in reality, they barely have a majority despite winning the popular vote by 3 points for 2 consecutive cycles. It's one of the most ridiculous allegations in the world. Democrats currently have the overall gerrymandering advantage, but still Republicans have this reputation of doing it. I say just do it. Just do it, because you're going to get these allegations anyways. You're not dealing with rational people on the other side. These are people that walk all over you and then play the victim, and then they get more. And again, they're writing the rules, and we're trying to live by the rules they're writing. That means that they're written to facilitate our defeat. So why not go all out and hold the House? Because it does seem as if under the new census at the end of the decade, Democrats probably are not really going to be able to win the House anyways, unless they have a phenomenal year. But regardless, Missouri and Ohio are both going all in, and that is a very good thing for Republicans' chances to win the House. And then you have Florida. This is a little bit less set in stone, but on top of it, you have Texas, Indiana, Missouri, Ohio. And again, the Ohio map is just possibly being thrown out there. It's an anonymous source. We don't know if it's going to be official yet. They haven't released it. They're going to release them next month officially. But if they're leaning towards 13-2, that is a very, very bold strategy for them. Now, as for Florida, you see this. The current map is 20-8. The new map possibly is going to be 24-4. So Florida also moving to counter California single-handedly. All of these states doing this. What do you think this is going to do? Now, California's is not even going to be certain. There's a few hurdles they have to clear, including the fact that it's going to have to go in front of the voters, and the voters heavily prefer, according to certain polls, an independent commission. By the way, it's not independent, but still we understand it's a very blue state, and there's going to be a lot of liberals that are going to show up to just follow whatever Newsom is going to be promoting. Now, as for the maps here, so Republicans already in the consensus, which takes all of these things into account, Sabato's crystal ball, the plastic ball, Cook Political Report, Inside Elections, all these like major election mafia firms, and they tend to have a Democrat bias overall. But Republicans already start out at 212 House seats. They need to win 6 out of the 21, and this is just with Texas. But if you want to go further and you go to Missouri, and then you go to Indiana, if we can possibly get yeah, there we go. Let's just use the lean color. It's not really about the margin. But you go 1, 2, 3, and then I think that, taking this district back to toss-up, I think is fair. And then you go to Florida and you give Republicans 4 seats. It doesn't really matter what seats are being filled out here. Let's just give them 4 in total. But if you're able to do that, and already out of the gate, Republicans are going to start off at 219. Now, California, the Democrats are going to be able to pick up about 4, maybe 5, but probably 4. And that would put the Republicans back down to 215. But still, I don't think people understand that that's very good, because you need to win 3 out of 20, just 15% of the toss-up districts on this map. And there are plenty of them that you can point to and say, this should be an easy victory for the Republicans. And we're not even covering the fact that you could talk about the Voter Rights Act sections being struck down by the Supreme Court that are blatantly unconstitutional and only go one way. But there's plenty of seats here, like this district in Iowa, that voted for Donald Trump by 8 points. If Republicans are able to hold on to that, they hold on to the Kiggins district, where she's been an overperformer, and they hold on to the Tom Keene district, where he's been an overperformer, and the midterm environment, you could argue, would help both of those candidates. What is that going to do exactly? It's going to put the Republicans at 218 House seats. That's a majority. It doesn't matter what happens anywhere else. It really doesn't. These Democrats are banking on. And obviously, we could talk about the Henry Cuellar seat being a possible flip for Republicans. It's now been made to be Trump by double digits. We understand that turnout dynamics and the way that the down ballot races go, it's a little bit different. Democrats in the Rio Grande are going to be able to benefit from the fact that it's a midterm environment, not a presidential environment, though Cuellar does have scandals. For all we know, he could be in jail. He's got a trial next year for corruption. But the fact that Republicans are already virtually starting out with a near majority just kind of speaks volumes. And of course, Democrats are going to play the victim if they lose the House. But here's the deal. These people gained over 40 seats in 2018 during the first Trump midterm. Even if Republicans on net gain about, let's just say, like 5 to 10 House seats, and they barely fall short in the House, that's still going to be on them. That's not going to be on the Republicans. It's not. They've been talking about this blue wave, and the last time you had some sort of a blue wave take place, they went out there and just absolutely dominated, gained 40-some seats. Of course, the circumstances are different. The map was more favorable. Republicans had a lot of representatives and seats that they didn't really have any business having, given trends, and a lot of rhinos, actually, that ended up losing by significant margins. But regardless, the fact that they would only be able to gain, maybe a few seats, even with the new maps and everything like that, that's a little bit iffy. But Democrats, these are the same people that said Republicans only gained the House in 2022 because of redistricting, which is the biggest joke in the world because they won the popular vote by like 3, and they should have had more seats, but it was actually the Democrat gerrymandering that prevented them from having more. It's like, yeah, I mean, now you reap what you sow. Boy who cried wolf, you name it, doesn't matter. We're going to take as many seats as we possibly can, and we'll just see what happens in the midterms here. But we got to protect this trifecta in order to get more things done, that's for sure. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.